Like something always came up. So this time I was like, okay, I got to do it. So I decided to get the team together and do my walk. This is probably the largest thing we've had since I've done it. And I've always tried to get Shasta in to come in town and walk with me.
And this year I am. I started with Komen actually in 2005, which I had a younger sister who was diagnosed with breast cancer, who passed away before she turned 29. And I walked in the 3-day walk in San Diego in 2005 for her. 17 months later, I was diagnosed when I was 35, and that was 2007, and I started doing the 3-day in San Diego and the Race for the Cure in San Diego. Fast forward to here, I've done 11 3-days and I think 7 races for the cure. So I've been involved a lot. It's a really big thing with my whole family, having lost my sister and then being diagnosed, and then my cousin was also diagnosed, and I was tested positive for the BRCA1 and 2 gene mutation specific to Ashkenazi Jewish descent people. And 5 of the women in my family that are from the Jewish side of our family, 5 of them, 3 have had breast cancer, all within 4 years of each other. So that's pretty much my motivation. And so I feel like the money that goes to Komen, like, it saved my life, and I just want to give back to other people who also could be in that same situation.
1 in 8 women will receive a breast cancer diagnosis during their lifetime, but for those of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, it's 1 in 5. So they're even at a higher risk of having breast cancer. So you and Robin met as co-workers, correct?
Okay.
10 years.
Wow. And so you had your diagnosis when Robin was diagnosed, is that correct?
Yes, I was already in remission at that point. I actually came to work for the company right after my treatment. So
How did that feel to be able to have someone that you could go to or rely on?
Oh, it was great because, I sent her an email and I'd ask questions and she'd send me something back, or I went through this and I went through that, but you may not go through that. And, it really helped me get through, and answer some questions that I, was kind of scared, especially with chemo. You was like, when you start chemo, make sure somebody takes you.
I made the mistake of driving myself the first time.
That's priceless right there.
I actually drove everyone, but they wouldn't let me go home by myself because they're like, you can't. So I'm like, make sure someone drives you. They don't let you drive yourself.
Yeah. What would you share with somebody new for their first Baton Rouge Race for the Cure?
Oh, just get in there and have fun. She asked me, exactly what do they do. I said, oh, they dress crazy, just like everywhere else, and everybody's having fun.
I tell people it's kind of like a family-friendly pink Mardi Gras.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I saw the jambalaya competition. That obviously we don't have that in San Diego, so it'll be interesting to see. We also don't have like tailgating, so it'll definitely be different.
So as friends in the fight, so to speak, and actually sisters, really. Bosom buddies, so to speak. What would you tell someone, both having the experiences that you have, who may be newly diagnosed? If you had a word of wisdom, what would that look like?
After my diagnosis, I did have, once I made it known, I did have some friends like, so and so got diagnosed. Can she call you? I was like, sure. So when they call, I up front, and I give them, tell them it's not a death sentence, as we all, once you get that diagnosis, of course, that runs through your head. And, and I tell them, I said, look up information, and, mostly tell them to stay off the internet. because that kind of ran me crazy. But you know, I just try to be there for them and just have their back. And you know, if they need me, if they need to talk about anything, I'll be there for them.
How about you, Shasta?
I think I always tell people that your attitude is 90% of your recovery. And I believe that really strongly.
And I tell people you have to believe that things are going to get better. Because, you know, my thing was I put my faith in overdrive. And that's what you have to believe. Not just, and it's all right for, you know, other people to have your back, but you have to actually get out there and do what you can, you know. And I have a 7-year-old. And I actually adopted her. She was my niece. So I adopted her the same year I got diagnosed. I adopted her in July, and I got diagnosed in October. And I was like, oh no, oh no, I gotta be here.
You know, Coleman has been a part of every major breast cancer fight since the early 80s. And by the time that you have to have this conversation, what might it look like?
Well, you know, right, I'm hoping
amazing.
it'll be, you know, we'll be further along.
Yeah.
Because knowing you can be proactive and there's things you can do to put yourself in a much better position. So it's important to me that my family also has those conversations and follows up on them to make sure that nobody gets left behind.
Like Leanne said, we have a lot of